Soldiers serving in the northeastern part of the country have told the Nigeria government to reconsider its newest deadline for NIN SIM data verification. This comes as the federal government announced an extension of the deadline from National Identification Number SIM data verification to July 26th. But soldiers in Northeast Borno have warned that their SIM cards must not be disconnected, as that is the only means of communication with their family members and loved ones. They stated that the government can insist on the deadline only if provisions can be made for National Identity Management Commission officers to get to the soldiers based in the bush, which might not be possible due to security threats. One of the affected soldiers who spoke with Sahara Reporters said, "Many soldiers are not happy. We are not happy with the decision of the federal government on the issue of NIN linkage with SIM cards, and they are giving July 26th deadline. As useless as the Nigerian government is, it has refused to understand that there are soldiers who have been in the bush for more than a year without seeing their families, and the SIM cards are the only means of communicating with our families and sending money to them. Now, the government is talking about blocking it without considering that there are people in the bush." Can you imagine? "It will take a journey of more than 2 days from the bush before I will locate Maiduguri town. The journey is by bus, not on foot. The government is not considering this. Many soldiers are lamenting. We are not happy at all. If the NIMC blocks our SIM cards, I don't know what will be our fate. Do you know how many soldiers are in the northeast? 75% of Nigerian soldiers are in Maiduguri, just in one state, and we are in the bush. And now the NIMC is talking about blocking SIM cards without considering people that have been serving their country for years with no means to see their families. They shouldn't try it," another soldier said. When asked if there was a way NIMC officials could conduct the verification exercise for soldiers without the military personnel having to leave their duty post, he said, "There are many bushes they will pass through before getting there. Civilians cannot even use the road, even if they can get there. How about soldiers in other locations? What will they do? These things is going to cause a problem in this country." In December 2020, the Nigeria Communications Commission (NCC) urged every Nigerian to get a national identification number and submit it to their network operators. The commission also announced the suspension of sale and reactivation of new SIM cards because of an audit of the subscriber registration database. A statement by Ikechukwu Adinde, NCC Director for Public Affairs, said the directive became necessary against the background of the preponderance of pre-registered SIMs with the attendant security implications associated with the use of SIM to facilitate criminal activities. Really? And these criminal activities is prevalent in the north, and they are doing this business of kidnapping and contacting the families, the victims, to pay the ransom, and yet they don't care. They have not been able to get anybody. Even very recently, the NCC boss said it's not going to work, that the link between the SIM and whatever is not going to work because unfortunately the so-called bandits or terrorists, they are using the victim's phone to get through, so it is now difficult. So didn't they think all of those things through? That is the problem we are having in this country. So with these soldiers now, how are they going to do it? Maybe they are going to give them preferential treatment, maybe. But if these people do not cry out, you will see that they will still go ahead without thinking of other people, and that is why they make policies that are anti-people. That is it. But how can someone be in a place, and that's why you see that they are, all these soldiers are committing all manner of atrocities. Is that how they are supposed to live there for a very long time? At the end of the day, they begin to feel lonely, stay 1 year, and according to what some of them have said before now, that they are supposed to be doing what? They're supposed to be retreating them. Maybe after 6 months or 3 months, you go. But no, they will keep them, and that was why one of them shot their commander some time ago. They will not learn lesson. They will not. It's just wickedness. That is just the way I see it. Not that they don't know the right thing to do, and because of their wickedness, it's now difficult for them to even think through or think deeply Well, registration of NIN is not necessary at this hard time. Presidency should do the needful. The reason why they are even talking about the registration is forfeited because they are not even using it. They are not using it. Don't be surprised by December they will bring another policy again and they will begin to put people under stress. Nigeria has already failed as a country and the only viable solution to Nigeria's problem is to divide Nigeria now to save lives. I agree with them. Imagine being deployed in the middle of nowhere and someone is in air-conditioned office is threatening to cut off the only avenue to reach their loved ones. I feel your pain. These guys are not happy with the government. They had to speak out loud because if they didn't do that, nobody will remember except them. At least because of them, the deadline got to be shifted. It's because these people they can't even go there because with the where the officials have even talked, they can't even go there. They can't go there. At the end of the day, the whole thing is just useless. The whole exercise is just useless because the NCC chairman has said that it is not working because the so-called bandits are using victims' phones to call them. So are they going to be tracking the victims? But there are ways to go about it if they really want to do that. But there are many ways to get rid of this insecurity we are passing through than all this shambolic this thing just to how will I put it? It's just they're just doing all these things to just buy time. They're just using it to buy time. They know that at the end of the day that no solution will come out of this. Do you know how much they have made? Do you know how much people have lost because of this exercise? I support them. What kind of wicked government is this? After stopping them from seeing their families for months and they want to stop. And don't be surprised that they didn't even think it through. They didn't think through. But I believe, because a lot of things, they will begin to give exemption. Maybe they are going to give them preferential treatment. They will not block their lines. They will just, like that's what they are going to do. If someone from a remote area in Kalabage and Dikwa, over 500 kilometers in Borno State, is forced to link his identity with the NIN, why not you guys that have army vehicles fuel by the government and can also be granted permission to update your information at will? Wahala wear bone, straight hair, makeup and konko shoe. Criminals are also boldly saying they shouldn't disconnect their lines. Orishirishi. As if the government is even serious with the NIN instead. Are they serious with it? One Oga don't use and lose in own about 4 months since I submit my own. Yes, link is still ongoing. You can imagine people were rushing that time. See. So guys, let's hear your opinion concerning the complaints of these soldiers.